Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The lawyer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given an update on the visit they paid to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday, which was Thursday. And for them, he talked about the issue of the lawyers being dehumanized. You're going to hear full details of what they have to tell Nigerians, which they say that the law or the court must be dragged into it, at least to reduce the treatment meted out to their lawyers. And in the same vein, a particular group in the southern part of Nigeria have sent strong message to those who will cede out lands to the federal government for Grazing road, and they have promised them a protest that they've never seen before in their lifetime. We're going to look at these details and also speak about some of these issues in a jiffy. But before we do that, if you're not subscribed, kindly hit our red subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos. Nnamdi Kanu lawyer Ifeanyi Ejiofor has alleged that some officers of the Department of State Security Services DSS forced him and some others to wear slippers before meeting with their client. Ejiofor disclosed that he and some other lawyers visited Kanu in the DSS custody on Thursday. He made this revelation in a statement titled Update on Today's Visit, being 26th day of August 2021. The statement read in part, lawyers on this visit were searched in a manner akin to a situation where hardened criminals are being searched for possible incriminating objects. They were traumatized not only because they were inhumanly treated, but the lawyers were further dehumanized after this embarrassing and unwarranted frisking by being allowed to wear only slippers after being divested of their shoes, reading glasses, and writing material to visit their client. The lawyer stated that the situation calls for immediate intervention by the court. Meanwhile, Yoruba agitators and other self-determination proponents have threatened that there will be a never-seen-before mass revolt in states that give room for grazing reserves in the southern region of the country. The agitators under the aegis of the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination made this known in a statement titled Governors in the southern region that welcome federal government grazing reserve should prepare for a never-seen-before mass action. NINAS is the coordinating platform for the umbrella body of self-determination group in the south and middle belt of Nigeria, with Ilana Omodwa representing the southwest, Lower Niger Congress representing the south-south, and southeast and middle belt Resilience movement representing the middle belt region. NINAS, which is headed by Professor Banji Akintoye as the chairman, and Tony Nadi, Secretary General, told governors within the alliance territory to expect a never-before-seen mass revolt of the people should any of them cede an inch of their ancestral land to the central government for Fulani Herdsmen Grazing Reserve. The Punch report that the President, Major General Muhammad Buhari, retired, had on August 19 approved a controversial review of 368 grazing reserves across 25 states in the country. Part of the statement reads, we also urge governors within the NINAS territory to respect the wishes of their people on the issue of the grazing reserve being planned by the central government for Fulani herdsmen. For the avoidance of doubt, under the Land Use Act of 1978, all lands in Nigeria vest in state governors who hold same in trust for the people, with a possible exception of the Federal Capital Territory. The federal government of Nigeria does not own any land upon which it can establish grazing road. It follows that any governor in the Alliance Territory who cede any land to the federal government in the name of grazing road will be doing so in breach of the trust in which such lands are held and was still in defiance of the overwhelming will of the people. We say with all sense of modesty and responsibility that the grazing route is an attempt towards grabbing our ancestral land through the back door, which must be rejected by all means necessary. This is not a threat, but a piece of advice. Any governor who cedes our land to the central government for Fulani herdsmen grazing reserve should be ready to face the wrath of the people. Such a governor should be ready to answer to their people on why the rights of the people are being trampled upon and their lands allowed to be invaded by a group that has demonstrated that all they are there to do is kill and take over their ancestral land. Such a governor should know that while the Nina's movement for self-determination is peaceful, this continued pandering to killers, most of whom are being brought in from outside of Nigeria, ceding an inch of their ancestral land, will result in such mass protest action that may rumple his state to the foundation. Wow. So much issues, pending issues waiting for heading or ailing these thing governors, and it's something that can be prevented, you understand. And what they're saying here is not something that is not engrafted in the Land Use Act. Land Use Act of 1978 has clearly stated that all lands belong to the government for those that are in communities and also in the state, that the control of such lands are in the hands of the governors. They're holding it in trust for the people, and the federal government can, I think their power is in federal capital territories, which means that any step taken by the federal government to usurp or to take over any land is a breach of that act, you understand? And I think that the governors should have a rethink, because what matters a great deal is actually the interest of your people. So going behind, we've heard that so many state governors have kind of created a relationship, created a partnership with the headers, which means that if peradventure, the chief of staff to the president, talking about Ibrahim Gambari, then things may not be okay in such, state. And it's already been clearly said that the people will revolt, and it's going to be one of a kind that has never, been seen. And already we know that the likes of Imo State had come out clearly that he will not put in place any form of anti-open grazing law, being that there had been a standing agreement in his own state. But that may not really augur well, I tell you. But at the same time, let's switch a little bit to what these guys are saying. I mean, the issue, the treatment meted out to lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu seems not to be okay, And the reason why I'm saying this is there's no need of treating him just anyhow. You know why I'm saying that? Despite the fact that this guy has ceased talking for close to a month plus, things have not changed. Agitation is becoming stronger. More people are emerging. Those whose voice were in their labs, they are lifting up their faces to speak now. And that's a pointer to the fact that we have a long way to go. It's not just one person that this whole thing is choking. There are many Nigerians are totally not happy with the situation of things. Can you imagine what happened in Plateau State when, there were a lot of people, about 3 persons who lost their life. They had to take it as far as the gate of the government house. And apart from that, in other nooks and crannies of Nigeria, agitation seems not to end. Why? Because people are not happy with the current administration, and because of that, they are creating standpoints for themselves, which our earnest prayer is what happened in 2020. We're praying that it would not happen, in 2021. But however, I think that the government should look into all these issues that have been rolled out and see how it can be corrected once and for all. We'd like to leave it there. Go to our comment section. Let's